I'm Maeve. Today's Thursday. Welcome to Euro Pocket News. Today's news comments on the European space policy, a smoke-free Europe, and the salaries of our political leaders. So let's go. The 27 EU member states, along with Switzerland and Norway, have agreed to create a European space policy. The new project aims to coordinate better civil space programmes between the European Space Agency and the European Union, as well as challenge the US and emerging powers like China and India. Until now, the EU's investment in space has been slightly rocket bottom. In fact, their only real success was in 1956 when the Soviet Union came first in the space race with their Sputnik 1. From then on, the US pretty much took over. So does the EU really think that just by injecting loads of money, they will be able to face these powers in space? Because they'll have it pretty tough against the US and China. On the theme of space, Europe has always been 2 steps behind. The only good thing is that now the new agreement is the first time that the EU and the European Space Agency agree on a common strategy and will join together to keep an eye on areas like environment, communication, transport and civil security. A smoke-free Europe? All in favour say aye? If the latest Eurobarometer survey is accurate, practically 9 in 10 of you should be echoing aye. Indeed, as World No Tobacco Day puffs upon us next Thursday, MEPs confront us with their conclusions from the special study. Seemingly 1 in 3 smokers have tried to kick the habit in the last year, but 70% had relapses within 3 months. 7 in 10 of us who work in restaurants or bars are exposed to tobacco smoke on a daily basis. Managers or self-employed Europeans are least likely to quit smoking, and half of European homes are smoke-free. A third of Europeans are smokers, but the Greeks have by far the most. MEPs also examined a European Youth Manifesto, Young People for a Life Without Tobacco, and declared that their aim that by 2009 Europe will be a smoke-free environment. Always one of my favourite French hypermarchés, Carrefour has currently lost my vote, as it's currently in court having been charged with false advertising, for selling goods at a loss and for dodgy commercial agreements. Christened Crossroads, the global supermarket chain is the second biggest retail group in the whole world. So the fact that they might have to pay up to 17 million euros shouldn't really affect them. But the international shame of having manipulated their loyal and honest customers will never be paid off. When you go on the internet, what do you tend to do first? Always check the same pages? Or do you spend hours and hours going from link to link? Because we've discovered a page called Net Vibes that encapsulates all that you need for a good internet session. When you log on, a list of your favourite pages comes up, as well as direct access to blogs, breaking news, your email accounts, Skype, chat, music and lots more. It's basically cramming the whole internet onto one page. The free page was created by a little Frenchman, Krim, who wanted to give web users a breather when surfing and make navigating easier and less time consuming. There are currently over 10 million net fibres, and when I set up mine, there'll be 1 more. And finally, let's talk about Merkel, Blair and Bush, but this time find out how much money they're earning. A topic that never fails to create a good laugh, intense envy and bitterness. Well, funnily enough, not Bush, but the Prime Minister of Singapore currently has the highest political salary in the world, with $1.5 million a year. Then not Bush again, but Irish President Mary McAleese with $320,000 a year. Bush comes third with $298,000. Then Angela Merkel, who monthly is on €21,262, and then Blair with only €15,249 a month. So whether that's made you hate our political leaders even more, or entice you to actually become one and earn the same, the stats come from Forbes and relate to the registered salary of our leaders. Well, that's all for today on Your Pocket News, but I'll be back tomorrow with lots more, so don't miss out. Bye bye.